Hi, I'm Bob Sambol, and this is segment 3 of the Rare Conversation with Andrews Distributing. And in this one, we have my wife, Monica, and then we have the two Andrews daughters, granddaughters of Barry and Lana. So I think the best way is to have you girls introduce yourself and say a little bit about you and where'd you go to college and when did you start in the business?
Well, Bob, we're honored to be here. I'm Sophie. I'm 24. I started in the business about 2 years ago on our brand activation and field marketing team, and I graduated from SMU.
Great.
And I'm Maddie. I'm 27. I did my undergrad at SMU and then started working in the business in 2021 and then decided I wanted to go back to school to get my MBA. So I'm a double pony. So I went back to SMU and then have been back in the business now for about 2 years. And I'm on our brand team as our director of liquid refreshment beverages, which is a non-alc KDP portfolio, as well as our European imports.
So I'm gonna go one at a time. Growing up in the business, did you always think you're gonna end up here?
Well, I actually didn't. So I started working in fashion at a very young age. I was actually homeschooled for it. And then I went to SMU for fashion. And my junior year of college, I did an internship here at Andrews and just fell in love with the business and really realized that that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
And I was opposite. I always knew that I wanted to be a part of the business. Growing up, as I'm sure y'all can imagine, 90% of our conversations are around the business and just hosting different suppliers or retailers, the Cowboys game, or being at different political functions. That's all that Sophie and I really ever knew. And whenever I graduated from college, my parents were so sweet. They never put any pressure on me, but my dad sat me down and said, whenever you're ready, we're ready for you. So I started right when I graduated, which was such a blessing because my first year in the business was actually my grandfather. That was his last year in the business. And so it was just such a special time for me because I got to be in the office with both my dad and grandfather and just learn from them. And it was just the most special way to start off here.
So you come into the business, and were you asked to bring a younger dynamic, or did you two say, hey, Dad, Mom, we need to bring a younger dynamic? How did that happen? Did the parents ask you to do that, or did you two say, we need to do this?
It was very natural and organic. And I know my parents are really passionate about bringing in the next generation of leaders into the beer and spirits industry. And, with Beer Girls, which is one way that we're really
What a great
tapping
name.
into.
Did it take you a while to come up with it, or it came right away?
Now, there's a pretty funny story there, Bob, if you want to hear it. So,
Yes.
Maddie and I actually, as you know, we're so passionate about our brands. And anytime we'd go out to dinner with our girlfriends or we're out at lunch, we're always buying people drinks. We're educating them on our brands. And so for Christmas, about 2 years ago, I get Maddie a license plate just for fun that said Beer Girl. And we've since changed the license plate. But at the time, all of our friends started calling us the Beer Girls because we were cruising all over Dallas in this Beer Girl car. And here at the office, we have this revolving door of experts who are here every day that Maddie and I are so blessed to get to learn from. And we thought, why not start an Instagram account called Beer Girls with all of these amazing experts we have in our office every day and really reach that Gen Z consumer with our storytelling and our passion for our brands and just continue to build a community of beer and spirits lovers just like us. So that's one way we're really kind of tapping into the next gen.
But I'd say too, our parents are so passionate about bringing in the next gen and really invest in, us and other people who are just starting out. And it's so special because you have people who have been here at Andrews for 30 years, 20 years, this amazing tenure, then pouring into team members that have been here for 1 or 2 years. So it's so special because you have new ideas around social media and just fresh ideas from young people with this great expertise you have from people who've been in the industry. So I think it's a really special combination.
Well, my wife had mentioned to me that she thought it was such a great idea because you're not used to young girls pushing beer.
Of course, it's a very, especially in the steakhouse business, a very male-dominated industry. Our customers are males. Everything is males, males, males. So I'm in there, and even at the restaurant, I'm the only woman a lot of times.
Right.
And so it's wonderful to have this young, fresh, take on everything. And it's just like what your parents said. You come in, your energy is infectious.
You're
It
so
just
sweet.
is.
Yours is infectious. Monica, yours
And
is.
from the first time I met you girls, we hit it off. Like, I'm one of the McGuire clan now.
Yes.
I'm officially part of the family.
You're
you guys
the
are
fourth
our
McGuire
family.
girl.
And I loved your grandmother and your grandfather so much.
Aw.
But I just remember
love
from the
you.
very first time I ever met her, she would just, do you follow Sophie on social media? You have to follow Sophie. She's doing this fashion thing. She's doing this. She's doing that. And so I've known about you and followed you for so long.
So
And now to get to know you even better, and Maddie, now you, it's just been wonderful.
You're so sweet, Monica.
To me, I told Bob we needed to do these interviews because the way the family relationship has progressed. I mean, Bob knew your grandfather for 30 plus years,
Right.
And then he got to know your parents, and now we've gotten to know you, and it just feels like a full circle moment.
It's so special.
Jinx.
It's so special to us.
But you know what I have to say? For me now, when you're not at Bob's for dinner and you're not sitting in my booth, it feels like it's not a complete night.
Well, Bob tells me I have to give you guys space.
Oh my
and so I'm
gosh.
not allowed
Well,
to
you're
sit there.
always welcome to join us.
Always.
Nothing better.
You mentioned Gen Z, and I'll never forget, I was at a meeting and someone started talking about Gen Z, and I turned to the person next to me and I said, "What's Gen Z?" I had no idea what the heck they were talking about. So now I know what
Now
Gen
you
Z
know.
is.
We have
Yeah.
a lot of Gen Z friends.
Yeah,
too.
I do. Okay, so hospitality and social media are entwined. When you do your social media stuff and you talk about the beer girls, what's kind of your goal? I mean, obviously sell more beer, but what do you say? Hey, we need to do this with this brand and this. Tell me a little bit about your thought process when you do these.
Yeah, so when we started Beer Girls too, a lot of young people, when they go and order a drink at the bar, they may not be aware of all the great brands out there. So they will just order the same thing. And the Gen Z consumer is looking for authentic brands where they know their story, right? So it's more of these lifestyle brands. And that's where we're seeing a lot of growth within the beer and spirits industry. So Sophie and I want to educate people where they feel confident to go up and order something different that they might not know about. And Instagram is a platform that Gen Z is really comfortable with. So we feel like it's the perfect way to educate them, where Sophie and I know all this stuff because we talk about it all day, every day, but how can we help others out there go and try the latest and greatest?
Mm-hmm. So our philosophy at Bob's is that when you come in and you say, I want a Miller Lite, we give you the Miller Lite, but we don't try to convince you to buy another brand until we've given you your first what you wanted. We don't immediately say, I know you want a Miller Lite, but we got a Coors Banquet beer for you.
Right.
We let them order the first drink, what they want, and they say, I see you drinking Miller Lite. We've got this other beer that I really think is kind of similar but better. Why don't you try it? So we that's the way we try to do that stuff. And it's because the consumer has they have tired of people trying to push. They have they got brand fatigue.
Right.
I think that's something we've learned too with this generation, like you're saying, is it's really about creating natural experiences
Right.
for them that are very organic and authentic.
Not forced.
Yes, and
Exactly.
just plugging right into their lifestyle, whether it's at a tailgate or a football game or their favorite bar or restaurant. Just the brands that seamlessly just fit into their lifestyle are the brands that we see so much growth in right now.
And I have to say, Bob, that's something that I had to learn, because whenever I would be out and about and saw someone I know or a stranger holding a competitive product, I'd have no problem going up and
still
saying,
do. We
hey,
still
let me
do.
take that away from you and let me give you a Miller Lite or a Banquet or a Stella. It's just in our
Tell Bob about
blood.
parties growing up. how you
Oh
were-
my goodness. In college, if I had friends over and the guys are trying to come into my house, and if they had the competitive product, I would not let them cross my door frame.
Good.
I'm like, you can go put that back in the car. I
Good
have
for you.
plenty of beer inside. They're like, what are you talking about? And I feel like it's something once you're in the industry,
Yeah.
you know, but you just have such a great sense of passion. I also tell the same thing to the interns, when they start. I'm
When they
like,
start in the summers.
hey, you support
Loyalty.
the Andrews
Right.
portfolio. And you know what? Thank you for always being a Miller Lite drinker, no matter what. But that's something that Sophie and I have definitely inherited from our parents and our grandfather.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what's the one thing, I'm going to ask each of you this, one thing that your granddad or dad or mom taught you about the business that's always kind of stuck with you and still remains true no matter what we do?
I will say, from observing my grandfather and my mom and my dad, my whole family, they've really always made it about people and serving others, whether it's our customers or it's our team members. It's all about people. And I really hope that that's something that we can continue to carry on in our culture forever.
I love that, Sophie. I mean, I have to say, similar to Sophie, our parents and my grandfather always said our culture is our crown jewel. And all of that comes down to care, really. So we say what makes us different is we're hard charging, hard working, but we also have that balance of care. And my grandfather, my dad, and my mom exemplify that. And we got to watch it firsthand, where no matter who they're talking with, whether, you know, it's a supplier, a customer, someone on our team, they make them feel special and truly want them to succeed in all areas of their life. They're like, how can we help them develop as a whole person and just to thrive? And it's such a great standard of excellence, you know, for Sophie and I to get to watch, and then also to emulate, you know, in our own lives.
Well, Monica was kind of new to the restaurant business when we met and got married, and the one thing she always commented was, she says, you have this amazing relationship with some of your suppliers. And she always admired that. And I just want to say that I do a lot of these interviews, but today has been really special because it really means something that I'm here talking with you girls, and I got to talk to your parents, and we got this wonderful tour of this incredible operation. But the only way to end it is, let's have a toast to Barry, Lana.
Thank you for having us, Bob.
Such an
and
honor.
Monica.
We
Yeah.
love
So
y'all.
special.
And you have to toast with a Miller Lite.
Of course.
Okay, so one of the things that we always end an interview with is rapid fire, where I ask you questions,
okay.
one or two word answer.
Okay.
Okay, so every question is for both of you. Favorite Dallas restaurant? You can't say Bob's.
Oh, Bob.
You can't say Bob's.
That's
you can't
so
say,
hard.
You can't say Bob's.
Right now, I'm loving Las Palmas.
Great. Pasha and Cena are the best.
Yes, we love
Sophie and
Pasha
I are
Cena.
twins. We love all the same things. Ditto Las Palmas. I also love Le Beau Bouquet.
Okay, that's good. Beer or bourbon?
Beer. And
Wow.
sometimes a little tequila.
One Texas brand everyone should know.
Manhattan Project.
Shiner.
Okay. Favorite way to spend a Friday night?
Together at the ranch.
Ranch nights are the best night.
Now that you've been around and you've been exposed to it, what makes someone great at hospitality?
The personal touch.
I completely agree with you, Soph.
Most important thing that Barry taught you?
Have a good, firm handshake. And always look people in the eyes.
Yeah.
That is such a
Yeah.
good one. Treat everyone with kindness.
He did.
That's a
He
good
did.
answer.
One word to describe Dallas.
Energizing.
Growing.
This is good.
Man,
this
these
is the
girls.
best
We're
rap.
on fire.
You guys,
Can we hire them
yeah,
off?
you're hired. Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah.
zoned. I'm really
Man.
zoned in right now, Bob.
Favorite beer of all time?
Depends on the occasion, but I'm always down for a Miller Lite.
I was going to say that's so hard with having as many brands as we do, but Miller Lite is extra special because that's what got us in the business. So Miller Lite, but like Sophie said, it depends on what's happening.
What's in your fridge?
Everything.
I was going to say, what's not in our fridge, Bob? We've got Stella, Banquet. We have a Beer Girl,
Surfside.
Montucky Cold
So good.
Snacks,
Okay.
non-alcs,
All right,
everything you can want.
I get it. I get it. I
Come
get it.
over, Monica
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Bob.
yeah, yeah. Okay. When you go into restaurants all the time, what instantly this is an important question for me. What instantly tells you a restaurant's well run?
Okay, this is what I'm going to have to say. We get our drinks quickly and the food is hot.
Man,
But you do
my-
every
Ditto.
night.
My
Ditto.
fa-
Did you teach them that?
My father would come over and give you a hug right now. That's exactly what he told me.
Oh, I love that.
Good one, Maddie.
It's a little
Ditto.
thing.
Ditto? Okay. Biggest conception about being a beer distributor that your friends think that, you know.
Okay, I would say a lot of people think that being a distributor is literally getting product from point A to point B, but it's so much more. We see ourselves as a marketing logistics company, and it's really about connecting our brand with consumers.
I would say maybe people think that it's like a 24/7 party,
Yeah.
but we do work very, very hard. We do like to celebrate though as well.
One thing Dallas does better than any other city.
Entertainment,
Yeah.
restaurants.
Sports.
Sports, yeah. Sometimes.
Depends.
Yeah.
Depends on the team.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If Andrews and you girls weren't in the beverage distribution business, what do you think you'd be doing?
You're fashionable.
Yeah, fashion.
Fashion,
So
fashion.
fashion.
Fashion, but I think I'd still be wanting to do this as a family.
Bob, the good thing is I have never had to think about that because I can't imagine what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing this.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I asked you all the rapid fire questions that I can think of, but I do have one more.
Okay.
What do you think makes a brand cool?
Having a lifestyle element to it.
Mm-hmm.
Authenticity, originality.
I completely agree with Sophie. It's more of having that 360 reach where they're telling the brand story, why are they different, and then connecting with whoever the target consumer is in a really meaningful, natural, like we were talking about, you know, this whole time way. And like you see that with brands like Banquet, right, with its Western heritage. You see it with Pacifico, with Montucky Cold Stack, with Beer Girls. These brands that are growing like crazy, it's because they have, you know, a whole entire lifestyle around them.
Even like a Coors Banquet, you could be drinking it and feel like you're stepping into character on Dutton Ranch, right? It's
Sophie's our
personality
Beth.
of the brand. Yes.
Oh gosh.
No.
I'm kidding.
No, she's not.
Okay, last question. Favorite place to grab a drink with your dad?
Now we can say Bob's.
Bob's.
Perfect.
King
Great-
Edwards.
Great, having a King Edward at Bob's.
Exactly.
I'm
That was
having
the
a
perfect.
Morita.
Yeah, you're having a
Exactly.
Morita.
Yeah. Or a Dirty Bob. You can't go wrong.
You can't go. Well, girls, listen. This was an incredible pleasure for Monica and I to sit here and ask you all these questions, and I think that Andrews Distributing is in great hands for a long time. So,
That's so
one more
sweet.
toast.
Cheers.
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 Such an
Cheers.
honor to
We
be
love
on.
y'all.
We love
Thank
y'all.
you.
Seriously.